Welcome back to Biggie Outdoors at the top of the hour. We welcome in those just tuning in, and for those of you who have been listening, we're headed into another great hour of outdoor radio with Biggie and Brandon here at Biggie Outdoor Studios. This hour is brought to you by one of our great supporters at Outdoor Edge Knives and Cutlery, makers of the swing blade and other great tools for the outdoorsman. Check them out at OutdoorEdge.com and get yourself one of the best hunting knives or cutlery sets you'll ever own. Also buy Koala Buck coolers, portable walk-in coolers for the sportsman, a great way to save your game when you're traveling on a hunt and want to keep your meat cool. Find them online at koalabuck.com. Now, stay tuned for more Biggie Outdoor Radio.
Hey, we're back. We're back with a whole new fresh hour.
Fresh.
Yeah, you got your amp down, Brandon?
Oh.
Woo!
Yeah, we're good.
Oof, that was a spike in the old audio there.
You like that?
Yeah, Tim jumped over there. He's got sensitive ears.
Yeah. So, we're on commandment number 9.
Well, yeah, but number 10 is just lather, rinse, repeat. But so let's talk about standing up for other hunters. Brandon, this is something that we don't even need notes on anymore. We speak on this all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Constantly.
Yeah.
We do these seminars
We talk
free
about
of
it
charge everywhere. We go to any trade show that's willing to.
almost every week on this show. We talk about
and we
how
talk
to
about it.
stand up for other hunters.
Yep. And so we're going to explain it again real briefly because I know some people have heard it. Some people haven't.
Yeah.
Some people have just been blessed with finding us on the dial. And if you have been, welcome. It's just a pleasure to have you.
Yeah, buckle up.
Yeah. Thanks. We're glad to have a second listener. So so anyway, standing up for other hunters. Let's hear how important is standing up for another hunter. Well, I explained it a couple weeks ago, and evidently I had some folks actually approach me at IHOP and tell me that they actually listened to the show, which was.
And you were like, so
I was like, really?
So you're the guy.
So you're the guy. So no, actually, he commented about that. And there's a lot of folks out there that might look at certain types of hunting and they want to condemn it, whether it be lion hunting, hunting a giraffe, hunting in high fences. What else is out there? Hunting with dogs.
Hunting over bait.
Yep.
Hunting doves.
Bows versus crossbows, muzzleloaders, rifles, different kinds of stuff, shotgun. You name it, there's always some kind of controversy around it. But
flamethrower.
Grenade. Or the bumper of your truck. Whatever. But the thing is, folks, to put it into perspective that any simple-minded person can figure out. And when I say that, this is where, yes, I will call a hunter a simple-minded person. Because when not all hunters are, but some of them is what I'm saying. The hunters I'm calling simple-minded or closed-minded are the ones that are not standing up for other hunters, and they're condemning them, and they're picking on the way that they do things. And
the only way to hunt is the way they hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
And a lot of those guys, it's okay as long as they do it their way, but they forget that there's a lot of things that they do also that are controversial and whatever. So what I'm talking about here is look at, in statistics, it's anywhere between 10 and 12% of the people in the United States are hunters. Same as it is that anywhere between 10 and 12% are non-hunters. So like roughly 20 to 25% of our population is either hunters or anti-hunters, pretty evenly matched. The rest of the population of the United States are the undecided ones. They're actually the ones that control our destiny.
Very true. Yeah.
So it's how we present ourselves to them, and it's how, it's what they look at us as. Well, so now if you take all the people and let's represent them evenly, since they're even. I did this once with a pie. Okay, you take a big pie over here. This is your anti-hunter. Another big pie over here. These are your hunters. The one thing the anti-hunters don't do is fight amongst themselves.
What flavor is the pie?
The one thing that the anti-hunters don't do is fight amongst themselves and divide themselves. They stand solid all the time.
They do. Yeah, they're very good at it.
So now that we got our pie over here, we're hunters. We're jealous of each other. We're jealous of each other's pictures. We're jealous of how anybody else hunted. We're always cutting on each other. We're saying if you hunted a high fence, you're not a hunter. We start calling them names. We're saying if you hunt with dogs, you're terrible. We start
jealous of what they hunted, where they hunted.
Yeah. And really it doesn't matter because everybody in this pie makes up hunters.
Yeah.
So if you're part of some of the pieces of pie that are only hunt open range and do it 100% legally all the time. Now, before you start throwing stones at anybody else, you need to really look at yourself. Do you ever catch too many fish? Do you ever keep an extra duck? Have you ever, hunted too close to the road? Have you ever, there's so many things. If you've done anything wrong, you've got, first of all, no business at all opening your mouth and saying anything negative about anybody else or the way that they hunt, period. But let's say that you are completely perfect. And you turn around and you say, hey, look, I don't like anybody that chases bears with dogs or chases wolves or any of those kind of, if you're going to do that, you're not part of our group. So we didn't take a little knife. We reach in, we take that piece of pie out of the pie, all of them people, because we've just made them mad. We took away their sport that they love to do as much as you love to do what you like. So now they don't have your back anymore. So they're gone. They're out of the pie. Now take a look at the two pies. One's whole, one has a piece missing. And now it's time for a vote.
Yeah.
But now let's say they took out one thing. So now let's go after high fence hunters. Oh yeah, you hunt on a high fence, Without thinking, you immediately condemn all high fence hunting and you don't think about why do people go there? There's a lot of reasons which we can get into. So now let's cut that piece of pie out of there.
And not only does this make the hunter's pie smaller and the anti-hunter's pie is staying the same size,
right?
But say some of those people that were cut out of the hunter's pie decide, well, they've got nothing else to stand on the hunter side for, so they go to the anti-hunter side and say, screw it, let's go ahead.
It's called revenge.
Yeah. Yeah, so then not only do they have their full pie, but they have their full pie and then some against our not quite full pie anymore.
So you want to take away my hunting rights and you want to turn against my sport, I'll fix you.
Yeah.
I'm going to take away yours. So I'm going to join the anti-hunters the next time it comes around, and I'm going to take away what you like to do. We're going to go after deer hunting.
Best way to look at it, the anti-hunter's pie is never going to get any smaller.
No, it can only get bigger.
Yeah, exactly.
Ours can get smaller, and it does from our own stupidity.
Yes.
And I'm going to just come right out and say it. If you're listening to the show, if you are out there and you go on Facebook or you go anywhere and you blast somebody because he hunted and you're like, oh, yeah, that's a high fence deer. That's, you hunt a high fence. That's not hunting. And you start blasting on somebody. You're stupid. Because you're threatening to take a piece of our pie out. If you take one hunter away from us, that's one less vote.
Yeah.
If you alienate one person. And every time you do that, there's hundreds of other guys out there that are just as dumb as you are, and they're doing the same thing, and they take another guy out, and they take another guy out. And pretty soon, like I said, that's how our pie gets smaller and smaller. You never support a law that comes in against hunting of any kind. You never jump on the bandwagon against another hunter. Hunter hunts a lion. This whole deal with Cecil and this Dennis was a big one. How many hunters jumped on his back?
Yeah, exactly.
That guy should not have had a single hunter that wasn't rallied around him, protecting him, and standing up for him.
Yeah.
And said, until the jury is in on this, until they decide what really happened, we should have been shutting down the anti-hunters solid. But instead, the anti-hunters were all over him, and half the hunters.
Yeah, the guy didn't stand a chance.
And then it comes out that the whole hunt was done perfectly legal, and we still got people talking about, yeah, well, they need to stop hunting lions, they need to do that. Well, guess what? They're about to do that, folks, and I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. They're right now looking at, again, because of all this garbage that went on, they're looking at stopping the hunting of lions. They're going to make it so difficult to hunt them that a lot of these people that are breeding lions and working over there are going to be out of business. Guess what? That's your lion population, people.
Yep.
The animals are around because they have a value. And I cannot explain it to you any more simple than this. If an animal has no value, it will have no place left in this society anymore, in this world. I don't care whether you want to say that that's right. I don't care whether you like it. I don't care what you want to complain about. That's the way it is anymore nowadays. And here's how that works. I'll explain it to you. I'm a farmer. I got a big piece of land. I live in Africa, for instance. The animals that are on my land, my 100,000 acres of land, have value. If you want to keep wild animals, you have to fence your property. Now, fencing 100,000 acres is a lot of work. But all the people over there, when they buy tracts of land, they do it right away. So that's why you find them the way they are. The reason that that's been done is because over time, as Africa has been civilized, South Africa and places like that, they decided that having rhinos and elephants running through downtown Johannesburg would probably not be a good idea. Because evidently they must have seen the movie Jumanji. So what they decided is that these animals are best kept out in these remote areas and in the wild and things like that. So they want to keep them off the highways. Because there's another thing. You're zipping down the road at night doing 60, 70 miles an hour.
And an elephant walks out.
Or a rhino. Or a giraffe. It makes our complaints about deer collisions up here look pretty pitiful. And I'm not sure that even, Erie Insurance is a good company, but I'm not sure that even Erie would want to be writing the bill on that thing all the time, So you got to have those big fences there to keep these animals in and off the highways. Where are we at on time? We just about done.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and cut to a quick commercial. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Grilling season never ends at Dickey's Barbecue Pit in Wausau. Meats are seasoned and slow-smoked in hickory wood-burning pits on site daily. Buy it as a meal or buy it by the pound. Takeout's available. Drive-through, dine-in, or even get Dickey's to cater your next big event. Dickey's Barbecue Pit, located at 2111 Stewart Avenue across from Furniture and Appliance Mart. You can smell the hickory smoke goodness already. Hey, it's deer season and some of us don't have the best hunting shack. But if you go see our friend Denny at the Shed Shop in Anawa and Shawano, you can find the perfect little cabin, shed, or even a deer blind. Denny at the Shed Shop has the best little buildings in the Northwoods, all made with the quality of the Mennonites. So check out the Shed Shop today. Give Denny a call at 715-584-3054. The Shed Shop.
Do you want to get the most exposure for your business for each dollar spent? Of course you do. We can help. Whether it's simple lettering, company decals, or a complex vehicle wrap, Auto Trim and Sign is a 3M certified company that can design, manufacture, and install graphics perfect for your business. You can be assured your car, truck, trailer, big rig, or your company's entire fleet will be in good hands. Check out our website at autotrimofwausau.com for examples of our work, or give us a call today, 715-842-9114.
When you're cruising down the road and got your nose astray, call B.I.B. Auto Body night or day.
Whether you had a run-in with a deer or something a little bigger, BRB Auto Body can make your car look like it just rolled off the assembly line. BRB Auto Body specializes in complete body and paint repair, fiberglass repair, and custom painting. At BRB Auto Body, you'll receive a complimentary loaner car while yours is being repaired. Plus, you can have pictures of your vehicle's progress emailed to you on a daily basis. BRB Auto Body also offers 24-hour towing and roadside assistance at 359-9792. The next time you need auto body repair, choose BRB Auto Body, located just 1/2 mile past the Cedar Creek Mall on Highway XX in Rothschild, and online at brbautobodyinc.com.
Expect a quality job from B.R.B. Auto Body, B.R.B. Auto Body, B.R.B. Auto Body.
All right, we're back. We back?
I guess so, yeah.
All right, we're back then. So back to where we were talking about why they have this land, and this can go to lots of other kind of hunting, but this makes a good example of showing the value of animals and why people hunt. So okay, let's say I'm a farmer now, or that's what they call them over there. Let's say I'm a landowner anywhere. Okay, I got value in the animals that are there. They're worth something. People hunt them. You can make money being an outfitter. You can make money letting people hunt your land. You can hunt them yourself. But all of a sudden now, the anti-hunters win. Or the hunters jump on the back of another hunter and get him to, make such an uproar that they ban a certain kind of hunting, like lion hunting, for instance. Now the lions have zero value. Well, if they got zero value, what do I want them around for? And I can tell you that the reason that the lions are thriving and coming back over there is because of hunting. There's in the southern half of the continent of Africa, in the last 15 years, they've gone from 3,000 lions to over 9,000, close to 10,000 lions. 2/3 of them, or better than 2/3 of them, are privately owned or on private land.
Yeah.
So if you start cutting out lion hunting completely,
Those 2/3 are going to disappear.
these guys that are raising them are going to be like, hey, what the heck?
Question.
I'm done. Yeah.
So if they're on private land, does that mean
They were
privately fed, or are they on land that they are allowed, that they have enough?
no, they're cared for.
Okay,
They're cared
it's
for.
not
They
like
were
it's not like
they
they're
were
introducing antelope or some other species that the lions are going to.
well, there's other species there, but they control the numbers, but they raise them, and then they introduce some to the wild, and then they keep some in their private places where they hunt, and they do a lot of research with them and things like that. And the sport of hunting a lion brings in so much money for the people around the area, the local economy, as well as the fact that the bones from the lion are being substituted now in some of these countries for the bones of tigers, which we all know the tigers are in grave danger. And so by getting those folks to use the lion bones instead from legally hunted lions, they've stopped or lessened their poaching on tigers, and they're starting to let the tigers slowly come back because they can use these other bones instead. So the trade of bones from legally hunted lions has significantly helped the tiger thing. But it also, but most importantly, the legally hunting of the lions is what has brought the lion population up. If you ban hunting lions, which they almost did a few years ago, what happened is as soon as they started talking about it, all these guys put their lions on sale and said, hey, they're going to be done. We're not going to be able to hunt them here. So you might as well come on over, get a good deal, hunt your lion, and get it over with because we're shutting down. And that's what's going to happen. 2/3 of them lions going to be gone. After that, if you ban hunting completely, I'm going to point to Botswana. Botswana is probably one of the most recent countries over there in Africa that recently banned hunting.
Yeah.
Used to be you go to Botswana and get some great elephant hunts and some good hunts. And the anti-hunters and the tree huggers came in there and they were like, oh, okay, well, we're going to stop all this. What happened? Right now, about 85 to 90% of the elephant population is gone in Botswana. And it's because the poaching just went rampant. The people over there are fed by the hunting. And the hunters are careful to manage. They trophy hunt. And this is where it's good to be called a trophy hunter. I don't care what anybody said. Trophy hunting is when you go in and you are looking for the proper animal to take out. That's your trophy. And a lot of times in trophy hunting, when you're looking for that, maybe you're not as concerned about taking all the meat home. But that doesn't mean you leave it waste and leave it lay. You take that meat, and that meat then gets used by other people. It goes into the donation, or you use it for the locals and things like that. So in Africa, there is no such thing as meat waste, unless it's poached. Poaching definitely wastes meat. But what's happening is once they stop hunting, then of course there's no funding for the law enforcement and the people to protect. And the poaching took over and pretty much wiped them out. That happened in Kenya. It's Botswana now, and it will happen in any country where they ban hunting, because the farmers, the people that own the land, then are sitting there saying, hey, I got 100,000 acres of land that's pretty much worthless. I can't hunt it. So if my land is worthless, I need to get the bulldozers in here, knock the trees down, plant crops, and get all these doggone wild animals out of here.
Yeah.
Because they're just going to eat my crops. I don't want them in here. I don't want any carnivores in here because I don't want them eating my sheep and my cows and my kids and things like that. So we got to wipe them out. And we got to wipe out all these impala and kudu and all the rest of them because they're eating my crops. So I got to make money with my land. So immediately what happens when you ban hunting is you actually decrease the amount of animals. So anti-hunters don't realize that if they don't want any animals left, it's very simple. Ban hunting. You ban hunting, there won't be any animals because they will have no value, and nobody that owns land will want them around. The other thing is that, and this I'll point out, if you're out there and you're preaching the vegetarian thing, all right, I'm gonna just change coins for you. Let's pretend I'm on your side. Let's make everybody. Let's just pick America just for now. Let's make everybody in the United States of America a vegetarian tomorrow. No more meat.
I'm not interested.
But I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Let's just look at it. We're all vegetarians now. Well, guess what? We got to produce a lot of vegetables. We got to produce a lot of crops and a lot of vegetables. Guess what? Ain't any room for those deer to be grazing on our vegetables.
I'm shooting every deer, every
rabbit. Deer, rabbit, anything that comes out there nibbling on our greens is dead.
So have you two seen the meme or whatever you want to call it, something about directed at vegetarians, saying that more or less that, yeah, I was helping out all the vegetarians. I shot the deer or killed the cow that was eating all the vegetables.
Yeah.
Well, pretty much, folks. That's exactly the way it is, because we if first of all,
Are there?
Why have cows if you're not going to eat them? Let's get rid of the cows. And
wait, no, we're not getting rid of cows. I like milk with my cereal. Thank you very much.
You can't have milk. If you're a vegetarian, you can't drink milk.
Yep.
Sorry.
I don't like this idea.
I know. Well, I don't either, but I'm just saying. So we're going to make everybody vegetarian. So if you win right now, anti-hunters and vegetarians, you win. We're done. And we will go to your side. But that means all the animals have to die in order to be able to do that.
Yep.
All the birds, all the animals. So be careful what you wish for. Because your win might be your loss. And you have no idea what you're asking for.
Wait a minute. Okay, I'm just going to take this one step further. So, based on that scenario,
yeah.
Do you know how many? Well, actually, I was just thinking about the veterinarian side of it.
They're done. But we don't need them anymore.
Yeah, but then you take. I just dawned on me. There's the packaging plants.
Yeah.
Or
people out of jobs.
Yeah.
I mean,
what about your dogs and cats? What are they going to eat? Because
you won't
they
have
really
any
don't
dogs
like
and cats.
vegetarian food.
Yeah.
You said all animals are gone. There wouldn't be no dogs and cats.
The dogs and cats, that's what they would make their claim that they don't eat any vegetables. Well, right, they eat meat, but the things that they eat have to eat vegetables, so we have to kill them.
And besides that, then you get take another thread. Then there's but the whole pet food industry is done. So how many more people are you talking are out of work?
It just keeps on going. But it gets me because they'll sit there and they say, "Oh, I'm a vegetarian. I don't eat." I actually saw this on a couple people's Facebook. I'm a vegetarian. I don't eat meat and anything like that. The only thing I'll eat is fish and chicken.
We'll be right back, folks.
It's the ultimate tailgate event. Your chance to score. Big savings at Stark GM of Merrill. Last month, Stark finished 22nd in GM certified sales in the entire United States of America. So if you're looking for a GM certified pre-owned, Stark is the place. Find 30 certified pre-owned cruises starting at $9,995 or $149 a month. Choose from 14 GM certified Chevy Impalas starting at $12,988 or $196 a month. Or lease a new 2015 Chevy Cruze, just $69 a month. And Stark is your truck headquarters. And that's why you can save up to $11,000 on select 2015 crew cabs. Hurry! This ultimate tailgate event ends soon at Stark GM of Merrill at Highway 51 in Kew. Or visit us at starkmerrill.com. Plus tax and license fees. Cruise selling price $99.95, $149 a month, 0 down, 72 months, 3.49%. Impala selling price $12,988, $196 a month, 0 down, 3.84% APR, 75 months with approved credit, 24-month lease, 10,000 miles a year, $44.50 in rebates included. Must currently lease a non-GM vehicle while supplies last. See dealer for details. Based on August GM certified pre-owned sales in the country.
Looking for the perfect gift for your hunter? How about some hydrographic dipping? Check out Adrenaline Hydro down at the Cedar Creek Mall. They're located in the Biggie Outdoor Museum and Pro Shop. You'll find the hydrographic solution to all your needs. Let Adrenaline Hydro put a custom look on your gun stock, deer skulls, bar glasses, car and truck rims, or even put a graphic design on the entire interior of your car or truck. Come see us for a deer season special. Bring us your deer head, uncleaned, and we'll beetle clean it and dip it with your choice of over 1,000 different patterns for only $125 for the whole package. Get on down to Cedar Creek Mall and grab a gift certificate for this now before the special ends. That's Adrenaline Hydro down at the Cedar Creek Mall, located in the Biggie Outdoor Museum and Pro Shop. Every single day, people just like you are leading happier, healthier lives by working out at Snap Fitness. With 2 locations, one in Weston and one in Wausau across from Fleet Farm, the hardest part of getting into shape is just walking into gym for the first time. So don't wait any longer. Head on down to the best deal in town and the best atmosphere you'll find for getting into shape. trained professionals at Snap Fitness make them the perfect choice over any other fitness center in the area. Snap offers fitness classes, professional trainers, and the best equipment around. Get your own personal key to a private gym. Work out anytime you want, 24/7 in a members-only environment. No need to lock into the long-term contracts of other gyms. And tell them you want the Biggie Outdoor Special to get the best deal around on your membership. Snap Fitness in Wausau and Weston.
Yeah, we're back. Here we are.
Yeah, that's right. So you were saying the vegetarians claim they only eat fish and chicken because they don't eat meat.
Some of them, yeah. Some of them, they only eat fish and chicken.
That makes a whole lot of sense. But, you know, yeah, because that's not meat. Oh, yeah.
Excuse me, Brandon.
What'd you do? Did you fart?
I do not understand.
Huh?
I do not understand.
What's that?
You do not understand.
No, I do not understand.
Okay. Tuna. I got you. Yeah. All right.
Charlie.
It was a good joke.
Mm-hmm.
Who's Charlie now?
Starkist. He is young. The tuna commercial with Chart.
Oh, Starkist. Yeah, yeah.
Wait, Starkist. I thought that was cat food.
Lord.
I'm just kidding. Anyways.
Whatever.
So that was a interesting scenario or a picture that you painted. If we all went vegetarian, I can tell you right now
that won't happen anyway. But the thing is that I mean, it's like they don't think about it's like the consequences of what they're screaming about. They just want compliance.
Yeah,
which is a liberal mindset.
I mean, you give them their way on that, and they'll start screaming about something else. And eventually it'll come back around. You keep giving them their way, it'll come back around, and they'll contradict themselves.
Well, I'm sure that there's going to end up being rules on what kind of vegetation we can eat because some of it will probably have feelings.
Oh, my God. Yeah, here we go. You're right. You are right. It'll happen.
Don't let it happen again.
Because plants are living, breathing things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You realize what you just said, Brandon.
What?
You gave Patrick credit for being right on air.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, he's got his moments. He really does.
So, in other words, this is
you hear that? Somebody's talking in my ear.
Yeah, now I hear a sportscast in the background. Yeah, it was when that mic was pulled down. There it is.
Yep.
Oh, that's not a sports.
No,
cast.
it's a preacher.
Christian radio.
I'll lift your mic up.
Yeah.
Gone.
Nope, still there.
It might just be in our earphones.
It's gone now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's weird.
Right.
Huh?
If you can hear anybody preaching,
it's gone now.
call us.
Yeah.
715-298-9888 because we'd like to know. If it's just us getting the feedback, we are hearing things in this.
I've been hearing things all morning. I am losing it.
The studio
folks.
is haunted. I'm sitting here, and the microphone goes flying up to the ceiling, and you're over there looking at stuff, listening to noises, and and people wonder why we sound like we're distracted. Sometimes it's completely because we are.
Yeah, we have a good.
There's things going on in this studio that we cannot explain to you over the radio.
Yeah.
You need a webcast. That's what we need. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We said we were going to get that going. We just haven't done that yet.
No, we got to get somebody to run the camera.
But then we would have to be dressed when we did the show.
Yeah, no, I like sitting here with my pants off. What are you digging for behind me? Making me nervous back there,
He
Tim.
does. He does fidget around a lot.
I noticed that.
We're doing the radio show, and our operator here is technically he's bouncing around and digging around, and now he's in the other room, and who knows? We just said a bad word.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see if he can get in here in 5 seconds.
Too late. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. So, anyhow, on this vegetarian thing of a bobber.
Yeah, here we go again.
Folks, as ridiculous as that sounds, I'm pointing it right back to the lion hunting thing, to the giraffe hunting thing, and people say, "Oh, why would you shoot that? Why would you shoot a deer? Why would you shoot a rabbit? It's why would you shoot a wolf?" So, you're going to find out why you'd shoot wolves here really soon. I can tell you that.
If it comes down to it, I could find a good recipe for wolf. And a rabbit makes a good stew. If I need an excuse,
you cook the wolf down enough, I think there's rabbit in it.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah.
Of course, then that would mean we could eat coyote too. Ugh.
Them things stink. You ever smelled a coyote?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did the term coyote ugly come from?
You seriously don't know the term? You don't know how that happens?
No, I can't remember.
Well, basically, you go and get, like a lot of people probably woke up on New Year's Day wondering what in the heck they were thinking the night before, and they rolled over and they seen what they went home with, and rather than pulling their arm out from underneath the person they woke up next to and waking them up, they'd rather chew their own arm off and leave quickly. Coyote ugly. The coyote chews his own leg off and he gets caught in a trap.
Okay.
You understand?
Well, that's the joke made around it, but the term was around long before that, I think.
I like that term a lot better anyways. Yeah. It's fun to explain. Yeah.
Well, actually, that's like one of the stages of ugly. I mean, there's paper bag. That's where you...
No, we're not gonna.
That's where you she's ugly and make her wear a bag.
Stop it! Stop! Just stop it!
There's
Hey,
double bagger. That's where you wear one too, just in case hers breaks. And then there's a triple bagger. That's where you leave an extra bag by the door in case your buddy walks in. And then coyote ugly. That's the top. That's the epitomis.
Sometimes we get so far off track on this show.
Well,
it's entertaining as heck, though. Let me tell you.
To who?
Me and the other two listeners. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on this outdoor news website looking
to see what's new in the outdoor news.
Yeah, but they're talking about spring gobblers await, and
they might as well pump that up because it's about the only thing we got left to hunt in the state of Wisconsin. They'll probably start killing them off next too.
Officials say that a popular buck was poached in a Milwaukee County park.
Was his name Cecil?
No, known locally as Bowtie.
Oh Lord, he did have a name. Who names these animals anyway?
Oh boy.
Oh gosh, somebody whacked Bowtie. So what happened?
Well, I'm clicking on.
Let's find out about Bowtie buck. Was he really big or what? Got a picture.
He's a good one. Yeah, Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. A poacher allegedly used a crossbow on December 13th to kill a well-known buck in a Milwaukee County park, known locally as Bowtie because of the shape of his white throat patch. And the buck frequently had been seen by visitors to the Menominee River Parkway in Wauwatosa. So,
what a shame.
Yeah, there was a wildlife photographer that had chronicled the buck's life for more than 8 years, thousands of photos. He appeared in calendars, magazines. Video and photos of the buck also appeared in several episodes of Deer Hunt Wisconsin TV special. He normally spent his winters near the Blue Mound Golf Course. Well, that's because there's probably lots of old ladies with bird feeders around the golf course, and he was going over there getting a free meal.
It's probably one of them old ladies that whacked
He
him.
was pushed out by construction along the parkway and moved to 3/4 of a mile north into a more desolate area where he was more vulnerable to a poacher. There we go. 2 years ago, Crawford posted weekly photos of the buck's antler growth on social media sites, and he was not a tame deer. Yeah, couldn't get real close to him. City deer get used to moving in and out of people's way.
Hold it. So he wasn't in the park anymore.
No.
Then why was he poached? There was bow season going on December 13th.
Yeah, exactly. He was moved about 3/4 of a mile away from there, where it was more desolate. So they're claiming that he was poached. Here we go. A hiker says he spotted the alleged poacher with the dead deer and called 911 to report the incident. The DNR confiscated the carcass and the suspect's crossbow. Milwaukee County ordinance prohibits hunting in county parks. That's why it was poached. He was actually poached in a county park. He was no longer living by that Blue Mound golf course because of construction to the parkway.
Oh.
But he was
So
still
he was still
in the county park. So that was a poacher.
Yep.
And they caught the guy. Good for them and good for him. He's right where he belongs right now. He got his crossbow
People,
taken.
don't break the law. That's not good for us.
Yep. So actually, it was poached, and that's unfortunate because it sounds like this buck was kind of a face to a lot of our wildlife magazines and stuff like that. So. Yeah. But there you go. There's another one for the antis to preach about. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the stuff they look for right there. I can tell you.
Is.
It's not a good deal.
But, we're going to get ready here, folks, to take a quick break, and we'll come back and wrap up the end of our second hour here after these messages.
My brother Paul was a real Renaissance man, a big city ER doctor, an outdoorsman, and always the smartest person in the room. When he was killed in a deer vehicle collision, I thought it was a freak accident, but I was wrong.
Each year, deer vehicle crashes cause death, damage, and injuries. About 1 in every 100 drivers is likely to have a collision with a deer. For tips to avoid hitting a deer and the best rates in town, visit Champion Insurance in Weston. Troy Champion, your personal Erie insurance agent. A message from Troy Champion Insurance and Erie Insurance Agencies. Blazing Gifts at 1701 North 6th Street in Wausau is your downtown destination for novelty and specialty gifts. Stop in and check out Blazing Gifts for t-shirts, knives, and other specialty items, including incense, candles, and more. Blazing Gifts handles items not found in everyday stores, even custom decals made to order. Check out Blazing Gifts at 1701 North 6th Street, downtown Wausau. Big E Outdoors, located at Cedar Creek, is reopening its doors soon after its new remodeling. Home to the area's first and only big game hunting museum, with educational exhibits displaying animals from around the world and facts around the hunters' contributions to their survival. Pick up some unique souvenirs and gifts from the museum and from the Big E TV shows. Meet the pro staff from Big E TV and Big E Outdoor Radio. A great place to stop in with the whole family. And while you're there, book your next hunting trip with the Big E Outdoors Professional Hunters. With over 21 personal hunting destinations worldwide, you'll be sure to find a quality getaway with the Big E Outdoors destinations. Big E Outdoors is also home to Adrenaline Hydrographic. Check us out online at BigEOutfitters.com and register to win a free hunt. Big E Outdoors at Cedar Creek.
So this guy came into the store recently and he said, it's my 30th anniversary and I want to get something fine for my wife. I haven't bought her jewelry in a long time and it's time. Well, of course, we agreed and we helped him find a diamond bracelet that we were quite sure would blow her socks off. Well, a few days later, he came back into Jim Kreshock's and we asked him, so did she like her bracelet? He looked at us and he smiled and then he said, well, she liked it so much that she... And then he stopped smiling. She liked it so much that she... What? We said. Well, she liked it so much that and then he stopped again. And then we got it. So she's very happy, I said. And he nodded. And you're very happy, I said. And he nodded again. And I said, now that is what we're talking about. We're Jim Kreshock Jewelers on Rib Mountain Drive. And nobody renders guys speechless quite like we do.
And welcome back. Whoa.
Hey, I was in stereo.
Hey, who's doing this? Is this you or me?
It's both of us.
All right, okay. Good deal. Yeah. So we got one more segment here to wrap up the second hour. Then we're on the home stretch.
We're on the home stretch. Here we are. Oh, this is the last segment of the second hour.
That's right. Yep.
Oh, so we're not on the home stretch just yet.
No, not yet.
No. So anyway, what were we on there? We were on this bow tie buck.
Yeah.
So we got that pretty much covered.
Yeah.
A terrible thing, people that do that. That's greed right there.
It is. Yeah, it's unfortunate because.
Did the horns on that buck taste any better than the horns on another buck? That's what I want to know.
Well, the guy never found out because the DNR confiscated the buck, the crossbow, and the guy sounds like he's in a lot of trouble. So.
Yeah.
So, did either of you hear anything about that buck in Rib Mountain?
No.
That
What
big
about
one?
it?
Yeah.
I didn't hear anything about him this year.
I mean, by the sounds of him, he probably died of old age by now. That buck's been around for a long time.
Right. But similar idea. Urban deer.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I know his offspring are in the same area hanging out, so he's probably... if he's not still alive there's definitely plenty of deer to look at that came out of him. So,
well, I heard as long as you bring that up, is somewhere I came across the stat. They claim that deer, a mile and a half from within a mile to mile and a half from where they're born.
It depends a lot on the population of the area and the sex of the animal. And also depends on their health. Generally, a mile to a mile and a half, 2 miles. Yeah, generally they'll stay in that area. But if it's it's a heavily populated area, a couple of bucks, they're gonna run each other around. Buck and rut is gonna travel way more than a couple of miles if he's on a hot doe or looking for a hot doe. A sick animal might move around somewhere that would be a more healthy place for them to live. Basically, if they're sick, they need to get somewhere where they're going to eat bird feeders or eat out of bird feeders and go down to the creek where somebody's got an aerator in their backyard, or not a creek but a pond. But so it depends around. They'll move around as much as they can. I mean, obviously deer get sick, they don't go to the clinic, they just try to move around to make themselves more comfortable. So it varies on a lot of different things. You see deer move quite a bit. Sometimes development to an area can completely move the whole herd out of there, and then they'll scatter around and they won't be anywhere within them 2 miles. They'll be, some will be on this side of town, some will be on the other side of town. So yeah, it all depends. There's a lot of variables that you throw in there. But whoever does the science on all that stuff likes to believe that they'll stay in that mile to a mile and a half area, but they don't like to tell you all the variables about it. I mean, for a deer to stay that local for its whole life, for all of them to stay that local, there's no way. Most of them get moved out.
Okay, just to play devil's advocate, then how do you explain where I've seen them? Say like along Swan Avenue in Rib Mountain.
Okay.
Deer and turkey.
Yeah.
Just in the middle of the day, in between houses, in backyards.
In areas where the people don't mind them as much.
Where they don't have as much pressure. Is that what you mean?
Well, not only that, but where the people don't mind them as much. Because if you have people that are complaining about them eating out of their bird feeders or eating in their gardens, you're either going to have some redneck like me that's going to shoot them out of their backyard. I mean, not that I would do that. Or you're going to have
a cup of coffee.
Or you're going to have somebody calling the DNR to get them moved out of there. But in an area where the people don't mind them as much and they think that they're cute to look at and all that, that's fine and dandy. You're going to have a few that hang around, but they're not all going to hang around. When you have a high number of deer or a high number of any animal in one confined area, that's where you start getting disease breaking out. You're gonna get blue tongue, and you're gonna get this EHD stuff. I'm even afraid to say that because everybody calls everything EHD or CWD, and it's ridiculous. But really, when you get a high number of animals in one area, they're gonna get disease, and Mother Nature's gonna do what Mother Nature does. So some of these animals, a more dominant buck that's been living there longer, he might hang around there because he's the boss. He can. But he's going to kick out the younger bucks. He's going to say, no, you go, find your own tract of land or, go find your own bird feeders to eat on. And you might chase him across the highway and he gets hit by a Mack truck. And that's it.
Poor truck.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, some of them hang around in that area, but as the herd grows, they're going to be spread way out. That's just the way it is.
Mm-hmm. You can also scatter them just by chasing them around a little bit.
Oh, yeah. You go out there with a four-wheeler, they'll move.
They can run more than a mile.
Yeah. I also saw another article here on the Outdoor News, and I'm just going to kind of brief over it. I'm not going to read the whole thing because I read it while we were on commercial break.
Ooh, you read?
This is talking about what to do if you find a dead buck this winter. A lot of people that do the shed hunting and all that, they love that. It's almost like another hunting season for people. They go crazy over it, and you find these deer that maybe they had been gut shot or maybe they died of some other cause, and you find them where they died in a good rabbit area, in a brush pile somewhere. Regardless, they call them deadheads. They're bucks that still have the head and the horns are all attached. Might be strung up on a barbed wire fence somewhere or whatever. Some states you can take these deadheads, you can take the head and the horns without needing a possession tag. But you have to do your research depending on what state or what area that you are shed hunting in. If you come across one of these deadheads or one of these carcasses, you need to make sure you know what the laws are, because you might have to actually contact a conservation warden to get a possession tag. If you take that, it is just like poaching an animal, and you will get in a lot of trouble. And a lot of people don't understand why, but the jealousy will spark in people, in other hunters, in other shed hunters. The jealousy will spark in them just like it does when somebody gets a 180-inch buck across the street from the land they've been hunting for 10 years. You go out shed hunting and you find a 180-inch deadhead buck. They're going to make sure that if you don't have that thing properly tagged, if you need to have a possession tag on it, they're going to call it in because they're jealous. Oh, I could have had that and I would have done the right thing and gotten a tag. Well, if you don't have a tag, my friend, you're going to lose your deadhead and you're probably going to get a big fine. So be careful, folks. When you're out there shed hunting this winter, you come across a deadhead. If you're in an area where you need a possession tag, do the right thing and get one so you can keep that trophy. So, you find anything else on there, Big E?
No, not just yet.
Oh, all right. No, I was just curious if you had seen anything. I didn't know if you were searching the outdoor news or not.
Actually, you're doing a good job right now, so
all
you're
right.
helping me out. What else you got there?
All right. Well, I seen you give me that look like you were busy, so I'm sorry. Yeah.
What's that one right there?
Which one? There's 5 of them. So.
Oh, the statewide. You'll expect it up. We all know that's BS.
Yeah.
They keep pumping that out there all the time.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Did you ever hear the final findings on that BS?
Oh boy. Well, I'll click on this link here and see if I can figure it out.
That might be an old post anyway, because I think that all of a sudden that got real quiet and they haven't done anything with it. So.
Yeah, it's an old post.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, but those I guess are the 2 most appealing articles that I found. Another one here actually is one that is good for us. Deadlines for 2016 Western big game hunting opportunities loom.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to look into this here while we go on our break, because we got a break here in about a minute, and I don't want to rush into that.
Yeah.
I actually want to look for it and find out what all that is and talk about it a little bit, because you and I need to make sure we make that deadline this year for Colorado. We need to put in for our tags.
Oh, yeah. So. I thought you were talking about the deadline for when the hour was up.
Oh, no.
Oh.
So.
Yeah, we always like to go out there and do the do-it-yourself thing out there.
Yeah, that is fun, too. You know, if you've never tried it, it's fun. It's a good time. If you haven't tried it, it's best to try and go with somebody who may have done it before, because that public land hunting can get pretty confusing and stressful if you don't know what you're doing. We've done it a few years, and we really enjoy it, like getting up early in the morning, climbing up the mountain, and finding that you missed the herd by a half a day.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so.
All right. Let's take a quick break, Brandon.
All right, we'll take a quick break, folks, and we'll be back with a brand new final hour of Biggie Outdoor Radio.